The Ark of the Covenant is one of history's biggest mysteries. According to the Bible, the Ark was a symbol of God's presence and also contained important temple vessels and the stone on which God delivered His commandments to Moses. People have wondered about the Ark for thousands of years. Where did it go? Is it buried under a temple or lost in a faraway land? We'll look at the sudden disappearance of the Ark and what actually happened to it. The Ark, as described in the book of Exodus, was a sacred chest made of acacia wood and overlaid with pure gold. Its lid, known as the mercy seat, featured two golden cherubim with outspread wings. It was considered the dwelling place of God, from which He would communicate His laws and commandments to the Israelites through Moses. The Ark held immense spiritual power and was a central part of worship in the Tabernacle and later Temple in Jerusalem. It represented God's invisible throne on earth and was a symbol of His holy presence among the Israelites during their journey in the wilderness. Wherever the Ark was carried before the Israelites in battle, they were assured victory by God. However, it demanded the highest level of reverence, as is made evident by the story of Uzzah, who was struck dead for touching the Ark without proper consecration when it fell from a cart. Its importance in biblical history cannot be overstated, as it held the tablets of the Ten Commandments and was the most sacred object in the religion of ancient Israel. But what happened after its last recorded appearances in the First Temple? That is the great mystery we will seek to uncover. After being housed in the tabernacle for decades during Israel's wanderings, King David finally brought the Ark to Jerusalem and had it placed within a specially prepared tent. His son Solomon later constructed the magnificent First Temple to house the Ark more permanently. For centuries, it remained in the inner sanctum of the temple, known as the Holy of Holies. This is the last time its location and guardianship is definitively known from history. Sometime after the reforms of King Josiah in the 7th century BCE, but before the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 586 BCE, the Ark disappears from all biblical and historical accounts. The second book of Maccabees, written in the 2nd century BCE, mentions the Tent of Witness and the Ark as being taken away right before the destruction of Jerusalem, but no details are provided on who took it or where it went. Many scholars theorize it was either hidden away in tunnels beneath the temple to protect it, or else seized by the Babylonians during their sacking of the city. Intriguingly, there is also a passage in the book of Jeremiah that seems to suggest the Ark was already gone from the temple in Jeremiah's time, a century prior. And it shall be, when you have made an end of reading this book, that you shall bind a stone to it and cast it into the midst of Euphrates. One theory is that the Ark was captured and taken as plunder by the Babylonians. Some scholars believe it could have been taken to Babylon and possibly even to Egypt after the Persian conquest. Others argue it was more likely destroyed to prevent its misuse, as many of the Hebrew religious artifacts were desecrated at this time. Another possibility is that faithful priests secretly buried or hid the Ark to protect it before the destruction of Solomon's temple. Some speculate tunnels and chambers exist beneath the Temple Mount, where it remains to this day. Treasure hunters and archaeologists have spent decades searching old manuscripts for clues to its underground whereabouts. The early Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims the Ark was brought to Aksum, Ethiopia in the 10th century BCE by Menelik I. They maintain it is still housed in a guarded chapel called the Church of Our Lady, Mary of Zion. No one has seen it, but its alleged guardians cite divine protection as to why it cannot be revealed. In the 1980s, controversial Israeli researcher Ron Wyatt claimed the Ark was discovered buried near Jerusalem, and that it was later removed and lost again. Various other alleged fragments and clues have surfaced throughout history, but none have been definitively proven. The mystery of the Ark's ultimate fate continues to capture our imagination. Let us know what you also think in the comment section. Don't forget to check out the video on your screen.